Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the House of the Dinosaur for another cast from OG. That is, I don't know what I was going to say there, but that is the clan that this game is from, and this game is from the OG clan. Yes, starting off this cast absolutely perfectly, no hiccups whatsoever. So in the top right we have our good friend who sent this game in. It is Hiei, and I had to ask about 30 times how to pronounce that, but I believe I have it down with Hiei. Perhaps more emphasis on the H for more of a hey, but that remains to be determined. For now, he will just simply be Hiei. Yes. And in the bottom left, we have Prime Pooh, which makes me giggle a little bit. The 12-year-old inside of me just cannot contain the fact that his name is Prime Pooh. That is just too much for me to handle. So we'll have to see what Pooh Pooh is going to do. He, clearly a Zerg player, as you can tell, typically by the hatchery, the drones, the eggs, the creep, and this overlord. And I guess the Zerg icons littering the screen. Pretty much everything will tell you that he is Zerg, which is a good thing to know when you're playing StarCraft. Whatever your opponent is, that is what you will be playing against. So he's going to go ahead and fast expand. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up just a bit for you. It's a nice early racks coming up here for Hiei. Not really early, that was a lie. It's right on time is what I meant. So he will probably wall off. We'll see if he can wall off before this drone gets here. It looks like he should be able to. Oh no, he didn't. No such luck, so this drone will get in. He does see that a gas is going down, and it will be a Reaper, and that Reaper will for sure get that drone. So that's a nice easy kill there for him. He's going to try to screw some things up here. Spawning pool coming down, and a gas from the Zerg. We'll have to see what he would like to do. And here comes Mr. Reaper. Oh, Mr. Reaper, bring me a dream. As he speeds across, the screen can barely keep up with his OP speed. I have to keep kind of resetting and jumping along with him. So we'll have to see. We'll go ahead and slow it down. So Hiei is going to throw on a factory, and he is building that expansion. So going to be some slight harassment here. This will not be a big deal. And there is a queen here, but he's mostly just using this for scouting. No big deal. And you see our Zerg player is going to get Zergling speed, and he does pull things off of gas. So that's all he wanted there for the gas. Going to go a little bit more mineral intensive now. Oh, and a second Reaper is going to make this just a little bit interesting. Just really more for harassment. He's not going to get anything real substantial as he's floating pretty high on his minerals. Not quite sure what he wants to do with that, but he's got a lot of minerals, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to go ahead and add on a starport, so just kind of a 1-1-1 with an expand right smack dab in the middle of it. And 2 Hellions are coming out, and that's probably where he's going to pour most of those minerals into. Again, he knows that nothing real big's going on here. No third base up. Pooh Prime is going to be a little supply blocked here for a little bit. Actually, quite heavily. He hasn't started an Overlord yet. When he gets his next round of larva, which he already has, he is going to be very upset. I don't think part of his plan is to spend an extended amount of time being supply blocked. That doesn't seem reasonable. Especially now with this Hellion, 2 of them joining the mix, maybe he can get something done and their 2 Overlords finally start, but as I said, he's going to be supply blocked for a long time as this base is going to go up. Checking the production tab, we will get a Viking that's going to hopefully scout out these 2 Overlords. So we have a little bit of an attack here, easily deflected as this Reaper, just one lonely kill. Who that was? Oh, he does have a Zergling, or 2 Zerglings and a drone. That's about as exciting as this game has been in the early stages. Much posturing. We'll have a Widow Mine coming up as well to see anything that goes on here. He might be able to get a little something done. He might be able to get one of these queens if he pulls this off just right. Has to make sure that they don't have any energy for transfuse, and that could just slow down the creep production. Oh, but these Zerglings swinging around. Oh no, Hiei. Oh, and in they come. And not quite able. Oh, a good Hellion shot goes off. Another good one as well. He's going to lose both those Reapers and 2 Hellions. maybe potentially 3 Hellions. And so he cleans that up pretty effectively. I'd say probably about an even trade. As you can see, the units lost, they are pretty equal. No big deal there really for either player. Pooh just decided that he does not want him to have those Hellions anymore. And holy creep tumor, Batman. He will be adding on many, many creep tumors. So he's going to be looking to get that that creep spread going pretty quickly. And he just has 1 gas going right now at each base. Not the most efficient, and there he goes. He adds more to both. See what kind of tech they've got. We have Hiei throwing up a 3rd pretty early on, but I think he's able to do so as there's not a huge threat coming from the Zerg player, who is getting a lair. Not a lot of gas production either. Drone and SCV count is 45 to 34. Hiei is probably just maybe a little bit behind what you would typically see at this point, but with a 3rd base up, that's simply going to happen. He does have 4 mules now going, and that easily makes up the difference, as I'm sure you can see the income tab almost dead even. Pooh Prime with much more gas income at this point, and he does have a sizable bank, and that was just all poured into 17 drones. Wowza. 17 drones, so this is actually coming in at a great time with 2 Widow Mines here. These are just going to be all drones popping out. And he's walking those Widow Mines to see what he can get done. Oh, can he get a shot off? No such luck. This Widow Mine just gets 1 lonely drone. Picking out the spawning pool will be really nice, however. This Baneling Nest is coming up. That's going to kind of reset the little tech tree that he has. Oh, and a good shot goes off with that Widow Mine, but it goes back down again. Unclear if he knows this one is here or not, and a great transfuse saving that queen. But this drop is doing tons of damage. It's really fantastic. Oh, but one medevac does go down with that amount of queens. He's getting skedaddle out of there. And let's see if he's going to catch the queens. A lone Zergling. Oh, just a lone Zergling, and that's it. So not quite as effective as he might have hoped, but he has caused the Zerg player's macro to swell enormously as he needs to reset that spawning pool before he gets much else. He does have a Spire and 9 mutas on the way. And we'll have to see how Hiei wants to respond. He's kept this 3rd base here, which is good for him for now. He's got the Widow Mines coming out in 2s as well as the medevacs. Not a huge army supply, but plenty of meat here. These Widow Mines are highly variable depending on how big they want to go. And another drop coming in here. He's going to get at least a couple drones, I would say. There's 2 drones. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, this attack is doing a ton of damage. Will be cleaned up, but honestly, for 8 drones, Andy saves the medevac. I will call that good. That is quite a few drones, and he is actually now just about even in the worker count, but with those mules, he will be in decent shape. And also, sorry, another drop down here. Hiei just being everywhere. That can really tax a player's APM, which is a good thing to tax on a player. See the APM right now? A nice solid 200 for either player. And all these Widow Mines, not quite the spread that you typically like to see, but maybe was just worried about an imminent attack, just going 3 and 2 here. Not quite the full minefield that he may have wanted, as here comes all of these Zerglings. They're not going to get much done. And with so few of them left, he saw the orbital command floating over, but very nice by Hiei. Nice easy pickoff. Would like to see him spread these out just a little bit more of a checkerboard sort of pattern. That way you don't accidentally target the same Zergling or the same group if one tends to survive. We'll see. He's coming in here. He's going to swing in with these mutas. See what he can get done here. I believe that is 11 mutas with 4 more on the way. Now 10 mutas. But yes, these missile turrets are going to be well worth it. Able to pick one off, and no upgrades really, and it's going massive into Lings. Those Widow Mines already going to be able to counter. As Hiei has 1-1, working on combat shield, which is going to be oh so important, and these Widow Mines need to burrow. Oh, but they're continuing to run. A little bit iffy there. Oh, is he going to... I was going to say, I don't believe he'll be able to do so. He really should burrow, though, so he can have a place to fall back to. if all these Zerglings stream out right now, he gets an idea of where the units are at. Oh, and the Muta sweep in from behind and take out almost about half the Widow Mines. 2 more back here, 2 in front. See if you can get one. Oh, a big hit. That was very nice. Decent splitting here. And he still has 1 more. And now he's got to see all of those Banelings. The Banelings rolling in. Wasted on a lot of Marauders. These ones up here. Great splitting. Not a whole lot done. Most of them hitting Marauders. And Hiei maintains a good amount of his force, and now he's supply blocked his opponent. Those Banelings were much better. Now he is streaming forward, getting a little aggressive here. Those Lings could really do some damage if they decide to swing in with the Muta. But this 1-1 here, doing so much, picking off creep tumors, just being so annoying. It's a great little move. He needs to burrow these Widow Mines before they get too far forward. They are so close. Oh, and pretty good Baneling hits there as the Mutas swing in. Try to get an eye on this entire engagement here, and he does see the Widow Mines and jumps back real quick. And it looks like he's going to try to sacrifice Overlords. And he just grabs 1, but that does limit his supply a little bit. And there are a good amount of Banelings here waiting, as he is starting 2-2. He is getting more Marines. Oh, and a great hit! Oh, so many of those going down. If you can swing forward at all, those Mutas are going to be damaged for quite some time. And just barely not quite able to get that other one off, and he needs a little bit more. He's got all these Marines sitting back here. Oh, and that's not good. Those Banelings are going to be a little wasted on just walking into a clearly spread out force. Now these Mutas are just about back to full health. And he is just picking off little tiny groups all the time. Burrowing those, does get 1 burrowed. Needs that drilling claw upgrades, which he has started. And here comes a big swing in from the Zerg. We're going to have to see what happens. A good fallback here. Not a whole lot going on, and those Banelings do a pretty good amount of damage. Oh, and destroy that bottom group of Marines. More reinforcements streaming in. These Mutas getting out of position, able to pick off quite a few. And there's just more and more Terran here. This third base is paying so much dividends now. The main is a little bit low on minerals, but only 6 SUVs working there. And 42 Lings are going to be popping out. Pooh is committed to this Muta-Ling combo. 2-2 is going to finish up not too long here. He really should... Oh, he should pick up from there. This does not seem like a very good fight for him. We're going to try to swing down. Or not if my mouse wheel isn't working. And he's able to take the fight incredibly. Being pretty cross-efficient. I really did not think that he had that much there to defend with, but he's able to do it, and that is just GG. Once he was eliminated that force, there was just simply nothing left. 2-2 is on the door, drilling claws, and a 4th base. Not quite sure where the 4th base is being constructed. There it was, gonna float over here. Very good game from Hiei. Just kind of able to overcome that Muta-Ling combo with some good splits and things like that. Really, I can't believe... this was Pooh's choice, really, to swing in against all of those spread out Marines. I mean, there was just groups of 2 Marines that were getting picked off, so they would all target one group and go to the next. Not quite sure why he did that. I actually want to swing back, because that, I feel, was a little bit of a turning point here. It was right about here that he had the splits getting set up. And here we go. We'll wait here for him to get the splits up. And here you go. Right now, this is not a good setup for Banelings. I mean, granted, he can see all of this. Oh, not quite all of it. He did kill those creep tumors, so he just can't see behind that. But there's just not a lot here as he swings in. I mean, he's just getting so few hits. I mean, he's using many Banelings for just a couple of Marines. Those aren't really the shots that you want. Units lost tab heavily in favor of Terran at this point, and then from here, he just pretty much brought it home. So that should do it for this cast. This has been the Dinosaur. I'll catch you guys next time.